there's going to be plenty of discussion on this issue. We're going to try to do this in an orderly fashion. I need help because I can't necessarily see everybody all at one time. But we do have a motion and a second on the vote. Are there any comments? I'm going to start over in this corner and work my way around. So the rule is everybody gets one shot before we go back to someone for a second comment. So Lindsay.
Thank you. Because I am denied a vote here, I hope that you'll allow me a few minutes to make my comments and represent the roughly 25,000 students that I represent on the Amherst campus, as well as students from UMass Dartmouth and UMass Lowell who have contacted me because they don't feel that their views are being represented here. Several times now I've expressed my concerns about the proposed fee increase and the high fee, high aid model that this university is moving to. Today I'll speak to my outrage that most people sitting around this table have immediately resorted to a fee increase as the knee-jerk response to a budget shortfall and not taking advantage of the opportunities that President Obama and the economic stimulus package provide. First, President Wilson, I'm surprised to hear you say that you're optimistic about the economic stimulus package. The day after the economic stimulus package was signed into law, you sent an email to this board expressing that the stimulus package was not going to do much for the operating budgets of our campuses. This is not true. According to the law, it should restore the operating budgets to the campuses, as Secretary Revel relayed to the board earlier. You also said that no one expects the money to help fix the cuts in operating budgets. I certainly expect it to, and I know that I and the students that I represent are going to demand that it do fill the cuts in operating budgets. In an email sent to students on my campus this past Wednesday, Chancellor Holub expressed that, quote, those advocating for no fee increase haven't offered a viable alternative to massive cuts that would destroy the quality of our campus. In case we haven't made it clear, let me provide the alternative. Table this motion until we know how government package plans to allocate from the federal stimulus package. Passing this fee increase now is criminal. If this motion passes, it sends a clear message to the students that this university wants to move to a high-cost, high-aid model, that it wants to charge students more to come to this university, and that it wants to act like a private school rather than the public land-grant university that this is supposed to be. Otherwise, the administration has held out hopes that the law would in fact be enforced. Times of crisis call for creativity and flexibility. Rather than considering other options, such as pushing deadlines back until stimulus money reaches our campuses, I have witnessed an immediate decision to jack up student fees and act as if no money is coming from the federal stimulus package. In his budget released yesterday, President Obama encourages colleges and universities to keep costs low in his plan to modernize and expand the Perkins Loan Program. We also heard this strong commitment in his speech to Congress to improve access and make the United States internationally competitive in our number of college graduates. While our nation's goals are moving in one direction, UMass is moving in another, more elite, more expensive, and more private. On the subject of a rebate to students, I agree with Malcolm Chu that I won't hold my breath either. If this board is committed to giving money back to students, why not include the language of a fee rollback? If this fee increase passes, the university is sending the governor the message that UMass's piece of the package can be spent on other priorities other than students. You can tell me that I don't know the complexities of the state budget. You can tell me that it's difficult for me to understand this. You can try to belittle the students who woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning to come out to this meeting. You can try to belittle what we have to say and sneer at us, but we know that our vision from the university is radically different from the vision of this board. And we're here to say today that this vote is not the end for the students that are gathered here. We are UMass United, and we plan to return this university to its mission, to return the quality and the affordability and the access that we are quickly moving away from. And I want to make that very clear that we will look to partner with the university in our advocacy efforts later on this spring. We will hope that the chancellors will support the advocacy efforts, like Chancellor Holub has already extended the support to us. But chancellors, please support your students, whether they're in your student government on your campus or not. Any student that wants to engage in advocacy efforts, I hope that you would support them. Lastly, I want to take a moment to allow Scott Salas, the Vice President of the Graduate Student Senate, to make a brief comment to the board. He was walked 107 miles here.
I'm going to allow it. Please keep your comments to 3 minutes. Please.